If you're like a Naomi or a Finn Balor, you got to be saying, wait a minute, bro. Yeah. Like, if you're in love with this guy and he's going to leapfrog me, you better at least tell me why.
I got an angle that I'm going to throw at you. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to throw an angle at you. And I was thinking of a phrase when you were talking, and that phrase is pull rank. All right. So we saw that with the Click, with Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash and so forth. They were pulling rank, right? Because they were the money makers and they could pull rank and say, yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. Hogan pulled rank a lot, when he was in, he actually had creative control in WCW. So he pulled rank. Would you say that Roman Reigns has the ability to pull rank at this point, and then the Usos have enough ability and have enough credibility in the pecking order to pull rank? I mean, if you think about like both of the Usos, and I'm gonna talk about their personal issues for this is 4 point. All right, so both of them have been plastered on billboards outside of wrestling for personal issues with alcohol, right? And so despite that, on multiple occasions, the WWE still kept them, and they were still in the title hunt around that time, around the multiple times that they were plastered on headlines because of their DWIs or DUIs. So even with that, the WWE still wanted them to have a presence. For that wouldn't be the case for a lot of other people on the roster. So with that being said, do you think that someone like a Jimmy Uso, by proxy of Roman Reigns, would be able to pull rank, and Naomi talk to Jimmy and saying, I'm not liking it. I love where you're at. You're doing your thing. 300 plus days as champion. I'm really not feeling this. Do you think she's able to pull rank, or do you think, which a lot of other people are talking about now, do you think that Sasha Banks was, kind of whispering in her ear, just trying to fill herself up with like, it's really kind of poking that bear and agitating her and saying, you don't need this, you don't need this type of, treatment and so forth. Where do you think Naomi's head is with the influences that she has right now?
Well, I'm going to say this, bro. Again, I could only go on the time I saw her as a person on the Diva show. Mm-hmm. Okay. She came across as a very intelligent person, very intelligent, very well thought out, well spoken, and very goal orientated and knowing what she wanted. Okay. I'm not buying the Sasha talked her into anything. She is a grown woman, a grown human being. She's been there a long time, bro. She knows the players. She knows the system. I don't think Sasha Banks is going to talk her into anything. That's why, bro, I think it goes much deeper. Now, I'll tell you this. If there was no Roman Reigns there, no, bro, I don't think the Usos are enough to pull rank, because if you took the Usos off the shows tomorrow, it's not going to affect their ratings one iota. Right. Not one. Yeah. Roman Reigns is a different story, because now with Roman Reigns, now, bro, you also got to answer to Fox.
Correct.
So that's a whole different ball of wax. So could she have some footage because of Roman's position? I think absolutely, positively, 100%. But I've got to say this, bro. What I saw of this woman, she was a very strong woman who knew what she wanted. I can't see Sasha Banks talking her into anything. I can't. I'm not buying that.
So for those who don't know that angle, there are rumors that they went in, they had an agreement. They were okay with the agreement. A producer was upset with that. They met with the boss, and the producer was upset and was talking about them. and then that caused them to be infumed, and then basically there was something that went awry, so that left them with, there's reports of they put their belts down, they didn't put their belts down, they just kind of walked out. Sasha was kind of at the helm of like being upset about things, and Naomi just kind of was there and was kind of feeling it and just kind of went with her. And so there's a lot of different, there's a lot of rumors swirling about that.
I knew as the head writer, bro, I don't have this job and this gig without them, without a shadow of a doubt. They're the stars of the show.
Yeah.
So, bro, I got to tell you, this is how times are different, man. 2 instances where I disrespected talent that I'll never forget. And one of those times, bro, was we were just doing, it was your typical Raw, and I was dealing with DX all day, and I really had I was having a tough day. And bro, I'll never forget, Billy Gunn of all people, hip sop, the nicest guy in the world, like, was giving me such a hard time over something, and I was at the end of my rope, and I literally looked at him and I said, Billy, go F yourself. And bro, as the words came out of my mouth, like, I couldn't even believe I was saying those words. But here's the difference, bro. Literally 2 seconds later, Road Dogg was in my face. You don't ever talk to a talent like that. And he was 1000% right. But what I'm trying to say here is that's how we handled business back then. There was another time, bro, and I don't know how many people know this story and how many people don't, but the WrestleMania where it was Rock and Austin was originally set up to be a 3-way with Mick. And it was in Madison Square Garden.
They had 3 of them.
Whatever one was going to be at the Garden, I think there was a WrestleMania at the Garden.
15. Yeah, 15. Well, they wrestled 15, 17, and 19. So 19, I think, was in Seattle. 15. 17, Houston. I think 15 was in the Garden.
So it was supposed to be a 3-way, and bro, this meant the world to Mick because it was New York and a title shot at WrestleMania. This was like the pinnacle of his career. Mm-hmm. Well, bro, Shawn, who wasn't working at the time, showed up and just started stirring the oh, I'm sorry, pardon my language, and got in Austin's head about how it should be Austin versus Rock. Mick should not be a part of this match. Really started working Austin. Next thing you know, Austin goes to Vince. Next thing you know, Vince comes to me. Vince, you got to go tell Mick he's out of the WrestleMania main event. So, bro, I was so irate at Shawn that I saw Triple H and I cut a scathing promo on Triple H. Now, I know darn well, while I'm cutting this promo on Triple H about Shawn, he's going to go tell Shawn. And I want him so I want Shawn to know I know what he did. So I'm purposely cutting this promo on Shawn at Triple H. Bro, again, 1 minute later, Shawn Michaels is in my face threatening to fight me. But my point is, that's how we handled it. If they had a problem with that producer, first of all, the producer, whatever happened, should have never disrespected talent. If he did disrespect talent, then the talent needs to dress him down. And bro, I love everything that Sasha and Naomi did, because bro, listen, for Corey Graves, he's getting directly from Vince McMahon, for him to say what they did was unprofessional. No, what's unprofessional is you guys can't get your crap together to give them the creative before they ever get to the building.
Exactly.
Bro, the whole idea why I got talent to creative before we ever got to the building was if there was an issue. Correct. If there was an issue, they'd call me on Friday. We would talk it out. We'd come to work on Monday ready to go. But when you're giving them the creative hours before the match, no, bro, that is unprofessional. But here's the only thing, bro. Like, let's be honest. You put the belts on the wrong desk. You put the belts on the wrong desk. It should have been Vince McMahon. And they should have walked into Vince McMahon's office, did exactly what they did. You don't go into talent relations. You go right into the boss.
Yep.
But listen, bro, I agree with them 1,000% because I was all for respecting the talent, getting them the show early so you could get the feedback if there's any issues, have the conversation, come to an agreement, and then everybody shows up Monday. They know what they're doing. This is a catastrophe, bro, when you're giving all your talent the creative hours before a show.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. It's especially the part of 11th hour creative. Let me hand you, what you're going to do. You know what I mean? It's just for the investment of really making your talent really buy into their character and then into the story. You just kind of handing them, just what to do. That's not going to allow that to happen. And it's just not going to do it, man.
There's no reason for it, bro. There's no reason for that other than, I've been saying this for years, the system is broken. The structure is broken. Bro, every day, Monday, we knew we did this. Tuesday, we did this. Wednesday, we did this. Every single week, it was the same. So Friday was the day they got the show. And I'm literally waiting in my office. Anybody questions, problems, they're calling me right there. Yeah. So the structure is what is allowing stuff like this to happen.
And last question for regarding this, and just for those who are listening to this and like, well, WrestleMania 15 was in Philly. All right, so just let's make that clear.
Maybe that was it then. Yeah,
yeah, it's in Philly. But my last question to you is, why do you think? And I know that we've talked about this before. When it comes to the Ryback effect, is what I call it, as far as the whole. Triple H, Ryback said Triple H told him that he doesn't want anybody else to be bigger than the business outside after Cena. And so basically, when do you think there was a separation of talent had input to we're just going to tell you what you're going to do?
When me and Ed left. That was the day. That was the absolute day. Bro, I say this all the time. When the writers left the company, the creative went down the toilet. Because they went right back to wrestlers booking a show opposed to writers writing a television show. And as writers, bro, we were treating them like actors. Bro, what do you think? Brad Pitt shows up on a movie set and he gets the script for the first time? Like, you think it works that way, bro? You really think it works that way? So, bro, as writers, we were treating them like stars, like actors, getting them as much of the show as we could beforehand, then getting together, getting their input, making it a collaborated effort. The minute we left, that was over, bro. It was over.
Yeah. And the scripted promos nowadays, there's a Hall of Famer who was saying, man, he said he hated like showing up to WWE because like the day of at like 2:00 they'll give him a script and like you got to memorize this by 6, and then there'll be a bunch of rewrites, and then they'll give him a rewritten script about 6:00 before it starts at 8, and he's like, what the heck is going on, man?
There's no reason for that, bro. There is no reason for that whatsoever, man.
Agreed. Good take on it. SK Nation, let us know your thoughts on this situation between Sasha Banks and Naomi. And hey, look, is it the WWE only wants one minority power couple, or that type of feel? Is there racial undertones here? There's so many things that are just kind of floating in the air right now of why this is going on. It's still a developing story. The WWE sent a statement. And do you think now Road Dogg thinks it's a work?
Yeah, I saw that. No. Listen, Chris, we see what they put on TV every week.
Yeah.
They're not capable of, so like what would they possibly do with something like, no, bro. I mean, I would love to talk to Road Dogg about it, but they don't know how to do that, bro. They don't know how to do that.
And this is the reason why I don't think it's a work, because there's not any longevity in WWE booking anymore. So even if it was a work, Vince, they'll be 50-50, at least Naomi. Sasha have more pull, but Naomi at least 2 months, 3 months, she'll be 50-50 again. So it's not developing a long storyline. It's not we try to draw something and then it goes back into 50-50 land. So I just don't have enough confidence in WWE's development of characters to believe that this is a work.
And bro, there's something too that would really bother me if I'm a talent, bro. Vince tends to fall in love with people. And I swear to God, Bianca Belair, it feels to me like she's one of those people that Vince has fallen in love with, because you could see it on her entrances. Vince is telling her to smile like a Cheshire cat and do that. She's so bouncy on her entrances. So, bro,
I love Bianca, bro.
And I do too. I'm not nothing against her, but I could see so much of Vince in it. And then, bro, here's another perfect example: Austin Theory. Yes. You could tell Vince has fallen in love with this guy. So, bro, if you're like a Naomi or a Finn Balor, you got to be saying, wait a minute, bro. Like, if you're in love with this guy and he's going to leapfrog me, you better at least tell me why. You better at least tell me why, because, bro, Vince tends to do that. And there are times where you're just scratching your head, and this could have been one of those cases.
Now, Naomi's on SmackDown, though. That's the reason why it kind of throws me off, because Bianca's on Raw, Naomi's on SmackDown, but still Naomi's getting kind of secondhand treatment. And she has been for a while, though. I mean,
she has been for a while.
For someone with her athletic prowess.
Right.
To basically get a hiccup of a SmackDown title run twice and then kind of float, basically barely float over water, have some dead end feud with Sonya Deville that didn't even lead to WrestleMania, and then get thrown into a tag match with Sasha and win, I would say largely because, she has that Sasha Banks, affiliation. And then they kind of get into some weird Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, where they're exchanging wins and losses. And there was just nothing that really boosted their character a lot. And I just don't see how Vince wouldn't see someone like a Naomi and say, man, like, I would make her the star of SmackDown. And I'll say this, and I've said this many times, Vince, you know this. To me, Naomi is such a merch magnet. She is a merch magnet. Exactly.
And
why not capitalize on that?
Chris, maybe she had something in her back pocket, because that, bro, when she came out with that Feel the Glow, that entrance and all that, bro, she's like a walking, talking billboard.
Correct.
She could get over fitness products, sneakers, makeup, you name it. And bro, she could target those, young teenagers. There is a market for somebody like her, where again, if she got the right agent or the right representative, bro, she could get endorsement deals out the yin yang, bro. I guarantee you, man.
I cannot think of one other female on the roster that is a bigger potential merch magnet than Naomi is.
Oh.
I just don't see it. I see glow sticks, I see t-shirts, I see glasses, I see so much merch potential with Naomi. There's so much money sitting on the table with someone like a Naomi. I like Bianca and Naomi are my two favorite. Well, my three favorites are Bianca, Naomi, and Asuka. Those are my three favorite wrestlers, female wrestlers. Bianca had she has an appeal, athletics, she's just amazing. But still, though, Naomi is a much bigger merch magnet than any other female on the roster.
When I see Naomi, I swear to God, bro, I immediately think of Serena Williams.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Mm,
That is, I mean, bro, do you know how much Serena Williams makes off of sponsorships?
right.
That says a lot. And that's why, man, I think Naomi could make a ton of money, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think she would be a great role model. I think she commercial. Oh my God. I think she could kill it.
Yeah. Agreed. Well, one person who is killing it is this guy right here, Vince Russo, with the channelattitude.com. So go visit there. I am Dr. Chris. Follow me at Chris Prolific. This is Riding with Russo, and everybody have a good night. Solo!